Okay. I hope everyone can hear me. I will stop the camera so that you can see and concentrate on the slides. Okay, so we'll start with goals. And I want everyone who's on the present in this webinar to please answer the four questions in this poll. So the question number one, do you have goals you like to achieve in 2019? Please answer yes or no. Question number two, have you written your goals prior to signing up for this webinar? For those who are having problems with the webinar, we're checking it. I hope you can view it already. Question number three. Oops, sorry. Question number three. Have you written your goals in the past years? And question number four. Has writing goals been effective for you? So please click submit so that you can see the answers to the questions. So we're waiting. While waiting, let's see if people sound is bad. There is echo. Yes, you can see it. Please type in your comments on the public chat box below so that we know if you're there. So we can continue. Okay, so once again, let's start with the polls. First question, do you have goals you'd like to achieve in 2019? Second question, have you written these goals prior to signing up for this webinar? Third question, have you written your goals in the past years? And last question, has writing goals been effective for you? Please click submit so that we can see the answers. I hope you're clicking already so that we can see the answers. If you have any questions, if there are any problems that you're encountering for the webinar, please write your comments on the public chat box so that we can make adjustments from our end. Because as you know, we want you to get the most from this webinar. And thank you once again for joining our webinar. I am grateful for those who joined. So did everyone click? If you clicked already, please, if you answered the poll, please put in the chat box, yes, I have. Do we have answers now, Gina? Okay, ayan, Yana. Ayan. Sorry, I put myself on mute while waiting for the polls. Okay, so can everyone hear me? Thank you very much once again. Uh, and salamat for answering. So, for question number 1, do you have goals you'd like to achieve in 2019? 19 people said yes, 66% have goals that they'd like to achieve this year. 19 out of 29. Let's go to the next question. Poll number 2. Question number 2. Let's wait. Patience is a virtue. So I do hope for those who have not set goals that we will set goals after this, because it's important for us to have goals in our lives. Sayang naman ang buhay kung hindi tayo mananaginip at managinip na mangyari ang mga ating mga panaginip. Okay, let's go to question number 2. And be patient, please. We're getting there. It's just that we're having some connectivity problems. So poll number 2. What was the question in the next? The second question is, have you written these goals prior to signing up for the workshop? I hope that you did your pre-work. Can you hear me? Please respond to the 34 people who are in the webinar. Just put yes. Okay, thank you very much for answering. Okay, since we're having some problems with the polls, Gina, can we go straight to the slides? Okay, so thank you very much. Unfortunately, we're having some issues with the responses to the polls, but you'll receive this recording anyway. So once again, thank you very much for joining our webinar. And this webinar is really for us to be able to set goals for this year, 2019. It's another year for all of us. Many of us have said that this year is going to be the best year ever, the biggest year ever. I call it the magical year ever, a year of many firsts. And how can we even say that it's going to be a magical year or the best year ever if we don't set goals? So part of Jack Canfield's workshop, the Success Principles, is really how do we get from where we are to where we want to be? And knowing where we are now, kung saan tayo ngayon, and where we want to be is what our goals are. So let's unleash the power of goal setting. So what is a goal? A goal is a dream with a deadline. And it's very important for us to have deadlines or really have set time frames for our goals. A goal is something that is measurable by me and someone else. So if you set a goal, it's not only you who know your goal, and it can be measured by someone else, including yourself. So let's say your goal is to reach a certain weight. And for you to be able to know that, you have to step on a weighing scale. And when that happens, you can bring a friend with you to see whether you have achieved that or not. So it's measurable to you and someone else. Tony Robbins, famous author, coach, motivational speaker, said, setting goals is the first step into turning the invisible into the visible. And that is so true. If we really want to achieve our goals, we have to write them down. Now, the question is, why don't people set goals? And whenever I ask people why don't they set goals, many things. First of all, they were never modeled how to set goals by their parents and teachers. Goal setting is not really taught in school. For many of us who are working, sa ating mga nagtatrabaho na, we set goals pag at the start of the year. Meron tayong performance review of what we did last year, and then we will start to set goals for 2019. And right now, I'm sure many of you who are working, ang nangyayari is nagsiset kayo ng goals. You're setting goals for this year and you're reviewing how you performed versus last year. And that's only at work. But in school, many of the students would really just want to pass a subject, just grab it. But it's never really taught in school how to set goals of other parts of your life. They were never given instructions on how to set goals. So how do you set goals? How do you make those goals into reality? So they were probably also discouraged or teased when they set them. So sometimes we hear people say, you want to become a scientist? You don't even know, you didn't even pass math. So how can you be what you want to be if you are discouraged by others? But the most common reasons why people don't set goals is really fear of rejection and fear of failure. I don't want to set a goal because I might fail. And what will people say when I fail? Nakakahiya. Ayokong alaman nila what my goals are. So fear of failure. But let's not fear, because fear is really fantasized experience appearing real. You're not even starting yet. You are already afraid of failure. So let's not fear. Let's set goals and really make the most of our lives. So, what makes goal a reality? You will see on the right side of your screen, it says SMART. And what does SMART mean? Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. So what makes goal a reality? It is specific and measurable. It's very specific. You know exactly what you want, and it can be measured. So if your goal is to have 1 million pesos, and if I take a look at your bank account, I know that you have 1 million peso with a bank statement. So it can be measured. Second, it's believable to you. You have to believe that you can do it. You have to believe na kaya mo. And remember that if other people can do it, so can you. Third, it is communicated to others. And this is where many people stop. I communicate my goals to others. That's hard. It's too personal. What will they say? They might think I'm very ambitious. So they don't want to communicate their goals with others. But it is important that we communicate our goals with others because you'll be surprised. Other people might be able to help you achieve your goals. And the other surprising thing is you may have the same goals as others. So when you communicate your goals to others, others may be able to work with you to achieve your goals because it may be their goals as well. Fourth, it is a time frame. As we said, it's time bound. And fifth, when you work on your goals, not everything is smooth sailing. There will be roadblocks along the way, internal and external. Internal means that within yourself, sometimes there is self-doubt. Sometimes you'll wonder, kaya ko ba talaga to? But we have to really remember, if other people have done it, so can we. External roadblocks, what are they? When you go through a journey and you see a stop sign, sometimes you wonder, is this the right path for me? And sometimes it doesn't happen in our time frame. I said I'll own a car by this month. It didn't happen, so we give up already. Let's not give up. It's a natural part of the journey and it should be dealt with positively. We should remember to pursue our goals. Now, I'd like to share a research from USA Today, and the research shows that writing down your goals increases your chances of success by 1100%. So just writing your goals increases already your success. Just writing it down. Only 4% of those who didn't write their goals followed through. What does that mean? Many of us have goals or have dreams in our minds. We just think about it. So if you just think about it, you may not remember it always. And for those who don't write it, only 4% of those people follow through because we forget. 44% of those who wrote their goals followed through, and not even 100%. So not all of those who write their goals follow through. But the chances of success is higher because you see your goals. Now, what is important for those who have written goals is you wrote them down, looked at them every week, increases your chances of success. Now, what is also most important, and I've seen this because I've been doing this as well, if you take a look at your goals and read them every day, twice a day, morning and night, increases your chances of success exponentially. Why is that so? Because you remember your goals and you start working on your goals and taking action towards achieving those goals. It's also important for you to read your goals at night because when you sleep, your subconscious mind works in such a way that helps develop plans for you to achieve your goals. Now let's take a look at the quote of Brian Tracy on the left. People with clear written goals accomplish far more in a shorter period of time than people without them could ever imagine. And I love this quote by Richard Branson. If your dreams don't scare you, they are too small. In other words, in Filipino, kung mananaginip ka, lakihan mo na ang panaginip mo. Dream big, because it takes the same effort to dream a small dream than to dream a big dream. So might as well dream big. Henry C. just passed away. Henry C. Sr. just passed away. And you know how he started his small beginnings. He didn't start rich, but he had the dream. He had goals in life. And see where he is. He has achieved already. And it's a legacy. If men like Henry C. and the others who started from nothing have been able to achieve something, so can you. Once again, if your dreams don't scare you, they are too small. So might as well dream big. Now, write goals in every aspect of your life. Why is that so? Because life is not work and work is not life. Many of us, sa ating mga nagtatrabaho, no, we spend so much time at our work, overtime, OT. Minsan OTY, overtawad, no? Over-TY. Overtime na TY, no? So we spend so much time in our work to be able to save money, to be able to take care of our finances, to be able to pay our debts. But we forget our relationships, we forget our health, we forget to have fun and whatever we want to be. And we don't give back to society. So it's very important for us to write goals in every aspect of your life. Because as I mentioned, life is not work and work is not life. We don't live to work. We work to live. So have goals in your career. And for people who are working, you might have goals to start your own business. So have that as well. Financial goals, how much you want to save, how much you want to invest, if you want to be debt-free, by when. Relationships, of course, many of us want to have a good relationship with their family, friends, etc. Health and wellness. This is so important because many people who, work so hard, sometimes save so much and yet get sick, and their finances go to medicines and hospital bills and so on and so forth. So it's important that we have health and wellness goals as well. Fun time and recreation. Have fun. Life is short. And I tell you, if you're very young and you might say you have another 40 years to retirement, life is fast, life is short, so might as well have fun and have time for recreation. What is personal? Something that you'd like to do or have a new car, have a new condo, live on your own, study a foreign language, anything that you'd like to do or have. And lastly, contribution goals. What is contribution? Something that you want to do to give back. Give back to society, give to the church, the ministry, or the environment. So it's not all about you, it's about giving back also to society. So set measurable objectives for every aspect of your lives. So I hope you did the pre-work because we will have time for sharing later. And here in your pre-work, you were required. If you haven't done that, you might as well do it now because I would ask for volunteers later to share your goals with others. Again, the more you share your goals with others, the more likelihood that it will happen. So here, write your goals for every aspect of your life. Communicate your goals. Once again, it's very important for us to communicate our goals because our goals might be the same goals as others, and we may be able to help each other with our goals. And I'll give you examples of that later. For those who know The Secret, written by Rhonda Byrne many years back, 2005, and perhaps you know the law of attraction. It says, the law of attraction says, whatever you think about, talk about, fantasize about, or give your attention to, you are going to attract more of it in your life. So think of good thoughts. Think of the things that you want to be, and think of it so that you can attract more of it in your life. So you have already your goals. You already believe that you can do it. You already wrote your goals. So the law of attraction says, ask, believe, receive. Ask, decide what you want. That's what we did, goal setting. 2, believe, and take action. So once again, it's not just believing that you can do it. You have to take action. We haven't talked about taking action yet, but really it's important that this is just the start. The goal setting, visualization, affirmation is just the start. And receive, become a very vibrational match for what you want. Believe in yourself, another success principle. another success principle. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. And Napoleon Hill, the author of Think and Grow Rich, which is, one of the all-time bestseller. He wrote this in the 20s, and he said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So if you are in HR, the best way to remember this is CBA, not collective bargaining agreement, but conceive, believe, achieve. So whatever the mind can conceive and believe, you can achieve. So it's really up to you to be able to achieve that. That is you. The power is in you. So let's now go to success principle number 11, the power of affirmation and visualization. So what does this mean? So visualize. So you have your goals. Visualize it already now. Feel the feeling as if it were happening now, at this very moment. How does it feel to have the goals that you want? Visualize it and feel the feeling. I'll give you an example of a visualization. So this guy wanted a BMW. That's a BMW. And as you know, in the US, the garage door, garahe nila, they rolled up. So this guy had a tarpaulin made same size as his garage door. And the tarpaulin's picture was the picture of a BMW, a Beamer. Nice, no? Kalinga, And he really visualized it. And Bo Bennett said, visualization is daydreaming with a purpose. And this is so true. And there's so many stories of visualization that has happened in the world. Two most famous stories would be that of Oprah and Jim Carrey. So you can Google what the visualization of Oprah has been, and she continues to visualize and meditate. I love the story of Jim Carrey when he said that, his father taught him how to visualize. He wrote a check to himself payable to Jim Carrey, sum of $10 million for services rendered, and he would bring the check. He brought the check everywhere he went. And I believe that he had an image of that check also in his room, in his pocket. And if you have the chance to watch his YouTube video in a commencement speech that he did for one school, he talked about it. And when he was hired for Dumb and Dumber, guess how much he was paid? $10 million. And he was unknown when he wrote that check. He was not Jim Carrey, the famous actor at that time when he wrote that check, but that really happened to him. And from our side of the world are two beautiful ladies. If you want to be successful, you have to eliminate all doubt. Pia Wurtzbach, as you know, joined Pilipinas 3 times. First, she won first runner-up. Second time she joined, she didn't even place on the top 5. And third time she joined, she won Binibining Pilipinas and eventually became Miss World. Same thing is true with Catriona Gray, our latest Miss Universe. She joined Binibining Pilipinas a couple of times as well. And she did not stop until she got her dream. And now she's Miss World. So that's visualization. Let's talk about affirmation. So what is an affirmation? An affirmation statement goes like this. So remember, I was telling you, visualize it and feel the feeling. So what does the feeling mean? I'm happy and grateful that I am now, verb ending in ing. So feel the feeling as if you were having it already right now at this very moment. Give you an example of that. And this is my own goal. I will learn and converse in Spanish by December 31, 2019. So my affirmation statement states, I'm happy and grateful that I am now speaking with Marco Aguilar, my Mexican friend, and with Lourdes Carmona, my Spanish friend, in Spanish. And I can truly understand and converse with them well. Habla español. Estoy cansado. Ahora, I am For those who didn't understand it, I said, hello, I'm speaking in Spanish. I'm tired now. And yeah, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, and other words that I have been practicing already. So take a look at your goals and write at least one affirmation for each of your goals. And this is where I'd like everyone to participate. So it's time for you to participate. So please type in the chat box your affirmation statement. So how does it go again? Let me go back to that slide. This is how you write it. I am happy and grateful that I am now, verb ending in ing. It's an action verb, as if it were happening in the moment. And an example, as I shared it, my goal is to speak Spanish, to be able to speak Spanish. And my affirmation statement is, I am happy and grateful that I am now speaking with my Spanish friends and I can truly understand and converse with them. So asking you now to write your affirmation statements in the chat box. So I'll give you a few minutes. I'm timing it now. I'm giving you 30 seconds. Please join. Feel free to share your affirmation statements. Remember, the more you share, the more likelihood that you will attain your goal. And I can see that some people already sharing their goals. Francis Magna, thank you very much for sharing. Kim, yes. LV, I'm sure you can see it. I'm happy and grateful that I'm now working out for a better health. Thank you, Ian, Kim, San Pedro. Okay, ooh, we have a lot of people participating. Thank you so much. I'm happy and grateful that I am now working full-time as a freelancer. Wow, I love that, and enjoying the control of time I have. I'm happy and grateful, Alvin. I'm happy and grateful that I am now starting to explore new places. Very good. I love that. Let's share some more. I can see here from one more. I love this one from Regina. From Eunice, I'm happy and grateful that I love this. I'm spreading God's word through calligraphy. Oh, I love that. Thank you, Eunice. Anna, I feel fulfilled that I have a business of my own and enjoying a good income from it. I'm sure you will be able to quantify what that good income means. Richard, oh, hi, Richard. I'm happy and grateful that I am building a company that provides employment for 20 trainers, helping 200 Filipinos become healthier. So we'll have one last one. Jackie, all the way from Belfast. Thank you for joining. I'm happy. Belfast is in the UK, by the way. I'm happy and grateful that I am now driving my new car going to work. So Jackie, thank you for joining. I know you are in the UK. Okay, so let's go back. So we have our affirmation statements already. And thank you once again for sharing. Now that you have your affirmation statements, let's now work on your vision board. So what does that mean? You have your goals, you have your affirmation statement, and one of the most powerful tools is really putting your goals into pictures. Now, let me share with you some of the experiences of those who have attended my workshop in the past. And with permission, of course, data privacy, I asked her permission to share this. One of my friends, June, says, "Hi, Miss Penny. Just want to share that one of my goals was achieved today. I put in my vision board to get a global role in the next 3 years. Today, I got it in a span of 2 months." And I said, wow. And then he said, too soon nga eh. You know, what you put out there, the universe can hear it and works wonders for you. Before you know it, it's there. So make sure you write down the things that you really want. Ali wanted to be engaged. And Dia, who was also in that vision board workshop, says, gradually ticking what's there in your vision board. And Ali even forgot that she put it in a vision board. And she said, OMG, so true, excited for the rest of my vision board, hoping the same for yours too, and thanking me for teaching that one. This one I love to share because Penny, my katukayo, Penny Concepcion, had in her vision board surfing. And here you can see her surfing on the left side of the slide. And I said, wow. And she said, it's in my vision board, Miss Penny. And I said, wow, talaga. And, you know, whenever I see her post, she's always in the beach with her family. And she always goes surfing now. Before, she was scared and not doing it. And now she's really doing it many, many times. Sharing with you a workshop that I did at Club Paradise in Coron, Palawan, a vision board of many of their staff. And this is not just the higher ups. These are the people who help bring your luggage to the island. These are the people who help you snorkel. These are the people who give you massages. And even the chef here in the middle, Chef Alex. So everyone, all of us can do our vision boards. No limit, no age limit, no requirement for schooling. So create your own vision board. So sometimes people say, how do I do that? So you just take pictures, just cut out pictures. People ask, can you do vision board digital? Oh, yes, you can. So it's really up to you. The millennials, if you want it digital, do it digital. Choose pictures on the internet that really is closest to the dreams that you have. So it's my turn to share, just to make sure that everyone knows that this thing works. So I hope you can read it. I'm going to read 3 of my goals and my affirmation statements. So my career goal, my fun time and recreation goal, and my personal goal. So if you can't read it very well, I'll share it with you. I'll read it from my slides. I will conduct workshops, talks, and seminars that will help 100,000 Filipinos improve their lives. That's my career goal. My fun time and recreation, I will go skydiving with my friends in Dubai. There's something lacking here, by August 2019. And my personal goal is I will study Spanish starting January 2019. And of course, be able to speak Spanish, and my time frame is September 2019. My affirmation statement, I'm happy and grateful that I am now conducting the talk with 2,000 students and fulfilling my goals of 100,000 lives. I feel so blessed and privileged sharing this with them. I'd like to share, Sunday, I received a text message asking, Miss Penny, where are you? We're looking for you. And I said, where? Did I miss an event? Oh, I was supposed to share at the feast of Brother Bo. And I think we had a miscommunication, so I'll be able to share soon at the feast, at Brother Bo's feast in PICC. And that's about, 7,000 people. So I'm getting closer to my 100,000 lives because I keep on sharing it with others, and I really feel that my dream will come true. Fun time and recreation. I'm happy and grateful that I am now jumping off the plane and feeling the wind in my body and feet on the ground as I finally do my skydiving in Dubai. I've had friends who have done skydiving, and they say, a friend of mine said, if you can ride a roller coaster, skydiving is easy. And I've ridden a roller coaster, Six Flags. So if I can do that, I can do this. And if my friends could skydive, so can I. Personal goal, I am happy and grateful that I am now speaking in Spanish with Marco and Lourdes and my other Spanish-speaking friends. Just to let you know, an action plan that I did to make sure that I achieve this goal, I got in touch with Marco, who is my friend who is from Mexico. And every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we will speak at 8 a.m. Mexico time, 10 p.m. Manila time, and he will practice my Spanish. So we are really going to do it. And how did I convert my goal into a vision board? So this is my 2019 vision board. As you can see, my family goal is to spend time with my family at this is Club Paradise before the end of the year. Skydiving is here, and do this thing that rope climbing or something with my friend Joy and Nathan. And I have my health as my breakthrough goal. Healthy body and healthy equals healthy mind and healthy image. I want to, yes, you read it right, earn 8 million net of tax this year. Far away from that, but dream big. Hola amiga, hola amigas. So these are some of an example of my breakthrough, my goals for the year. And my breakthrough goal is really my journey to 100,000 Filipino lives, or hashtag 100,000 PH. So don't worry about what will people say about your goals. Share and declare your goals with others, because as I mentioned, others might be able to help you achieve your goals. We don't stop at goal setting, we have to take action. And taking action, how do we take action? Well, that's for the next webinar. So stay tuned for the next webinar wherein we talk about taking action, asking for feedback, and how do we share and work on our goals. So at this time, we are opening up the floor to questions. So if you have any questions, feel free to type it in the chat box, and we will answer your questions as much as we can. So feel free. Okay, I see one question here from, okay. Have you ever had a goal that you visualized did not accomplish? I have to tell you, yes. Yes. I put in my vision board to go to the Holy Land. It hasn't happened yet. I haven't accomplished it yet. Maybe not yet, but it will come true sometime. I believe it will happen sometime. So I'm not worried about it. But there are goals that I tell you, I decided not to pursue it anymore because it wasn't part of my why, my big why. It wasn't part of my purpose in life. So I realized it only after putting it in my vision board. So what do you do when that happens? You make a new one. You make a new goal. You make a new vision board. So, okay, there is a question from Richard. How do I determine I need to readjust my goals? Thank you, Richard, for asking that question. Sometimes the goals have to be aligned with your purpose. So we didn't talk about purpose. And for some of you, you may have seen my post on LinkedIn and Facebook about Simon Sinek's power of why. Your goals have to be aligned with your purpose and passion. So if it's not aligned with your purpose and passion, you might have to readjust it. Or sometimes it's the time frame that you may have to readjust. Don't be too hard on yourself, Richard. If it doesn't happen in the time frame that you set, don't be so hard on yourself. Okay, another question. If you're still lost or you still don't know your life purpose, Alvin, that's a common question. Yes, I did. Buntong hininga. So I would have to admit to you that I didn't know my life purpose until a very late age. Kasi hindi naman uso nun eh. You just go with the flow. And many of the young ones just go with the flow. So I thought I'd be an employee for the rest of my life and retire at one company, but that didn't happen. I only realized my life purpose, what, 15 years ago when I started working at Converges. How I enjoyed giving jobs to a lot of Filipinos, and I realized this is what I really want. And when I started talking to clients about what the Filipinos can do. So if you don't know your purpose, ask yourself, what is it that you really want? What is it, a passion, at least your passion? What is it that you can do every day that you enjoy doing and that don't even worry about getting paid for it? What is it that you can do every day that you feel not tired when you do it? So ask yourself, what is that? Okay, another question. Have you ever, and Mary Ann San Pedro, have you ever find yourself like your mind is so scattered that you felt you have a lot on your plate? How do you deal with it? Oh yes, having a lot on my plate. I tell you, business is not being business is not good because business does not equate to achievement. I felt business equated to achievement in the past, but now not anymore. So how do you deal with that? Prioritize. What do you want to do first? What is it that you really want? What is it that you are really passionate about? Now, if it's work, what is it that you need to complete right away? So find the why in your life, find what is the priority in your life, and start prioritizing. Start determining which is important. Okay, another question, Trina? Do you have from Regina? Reg, yes, do you have a mastermind group that I can join for support and encouragement? Yes. Right now, I don't have a mastermind group, but if you want to form one, let's talk. In the Canfield program, it is encouraged that we have a mastermind group, but since we are from different parts of the world, it's so hard to have a mastermind group with different time zones. But if in the Philippines you want to set up one, let's do that, Reg. Let's set up one. So last two questions. Jackie, how do you handle negative people who don't have faith in you to make it work? How do you react to them? I always say, take 100% responsibility for your life. What does that mean? You are in control of your life. If somebody, Jackie, tells you that you have, and I know you, if somebody tells you that you have green hair, would you believe him or her? No, right? Because you know for a fact that you don't. But if somebody tells you, you know, I think you don't have what it takes to make it, will you believe it? If it's your spouse, would you believe it? Maybe you will. But at the end of the day, it's not what you say to what he says to you, it's what you say to yourself. I know we have a few minutes. Let me share with you a story. You know, I have a story of a student who says, and I'll say it in Filipino, I hope we are all Filipinos here. I'll say it in Filipino. Alam mo, Miss Penny, sabi ng kuya ko, bobo daw ako. And I asked him, why did he say that? Why did he say that you're dumb? Because I failed my subjects. So what did you tell him? So my student said, I told him he's dumb too. Bobo din siya kasi failed din siya. But what did he say? What did your brother say? My brother said, I'm not dumb. But the worst part, Miss Penny, and this is what my student said, the worst part, Miss Penny, is my parents saying I'm bobo. The question I asked to him is, ano sinabi mo sa sarili mo? So it is not what other people, negative people, say about you. It's what you say to yourself, and how do you react? Do you believe them? Remember, believe it's possible. Believe in yourself. Last question. What do you do when you get stuck from progressing in your goal? You know, I've had years when I got stuck. So two things you can do. One is get an accountability partner. Accountability partner who would help you, move, work with you towards the achievement of your goal, meaning she knows your goal, you know his goals, and you work together. I tell you this week I will do these steps, and you are accountable to him. He is accountable to you, so so you have to progress. Kasi kaya pag wala kang ginawa, di ba? And another one is have a coach. I have had a life coach since 2006. Hindi pa uso ang coaching, no? I've had a life coach since 2006, and she's Australian. And I've never met her in person. We just talk on Skype, on Facebook Messenger, and many of you know that I've written a book and done a lot of things. And without her help, I probably would have still stuck in my life. So I do have an accountability partner. My accountability partner is from Denmark. We speak once a week, my evening, his morning, and then I do have a coach as well. So, when you get stuck, ask help from others, because others are willing to help you. Ask me. Send me a message. Okay, so if you have any questions, as I mentioned, send me a message. These are my contact details. I am a professional life and career coach. So I started my day at 7 a.m. doing coaching already. This is my email. And you can follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. And I have my own website, pennypongkada.online. So over to you, Trina.
Very much. Now, on behalf of the Powering team, we would like to actually extend our gratitude to Penny for helping us start the year with a hopeful heart as we try to achieve the things that we want to achieve and motivating ourselves to take steps to make them a reality. So what do you think, guys? Did you enjoy today's webinar? I hope you enjoyed it because I did. Don't forget, okay, this is not the end. Power in You will offer more believers this year who are very much willing to share their knowledge and stories. So, out, I encourage you to subscribe at www.poweraid.com. Get the latest updates on events, webinars, and other free resources from Powering You and its partners. Our next free webinar will be around March, around or second week of March. Suggest that you subscribe now. Now, before we end, just remind everyone that you will be given access to a recording of this webinar, and this will be shared to you through your email within 28 hours after our webinar session ends. Thank you again for joining us, and I hope you join us again in our next webinar. God bless everyone.
Wait.
Oh, habang si Miss Penny for a while. Yes, Miss Penny, go ahead.
I'd like to say thank you very much to everyone who joined. And I always say, I always end with this. I am grateful. I am very grateful for those who joined the webinar. This will not be the last. And we will do share the materials that we have today. We'll share this with you. Once again, I am grateful for your participation, and I am grateful for my friends who are always there to support me. Please share it with others, and make sure that whatever you've learned, share this with others too. Because my 100,000 is not 100,000 today, not just 100,000 today. It will be 1 million tomorrow, and I cannot do that alone. You will have to help me achieve my 1 million goal of touching 1 million Filipinos in the next couple of, actually in next year. So again, thank you for joining us, and God bless.
Yes, we will help each other, Miss Penny, don't worry. Everybody working towards meeting each other's goal. God bless everyone. Thank you for joining, and hope you can join the next one as well. Bye.